Hello again, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Game Pass Grab Bag, your weekly podcast reviewing games from the Game Pass collection, bringing you three neat perspectives from varying skill range. I am the alley hoops of this episode, Andrew. With me are Willow, Liz,
Hey guys.
and joining with us our special guest are Pete, Donnie.
Hello, everybody. Good to see you guys again.
It's been a while since you've been on here, Donnie.
Sure has.
But before we get into this, I just want to tell everyone, make sure you check out our wonderful website, GamePassGrabBag.com, which has been done by this wonderful person here, Donnie. So make sure you check it out. Tell him how great of a job he's doing. We're going to start trying to do more. I have our live feed on there, too. So if you just want to catch us, you can just pull up our website. But it'll have our past episodes on there, which are nicely written kind of in a short style. So if you just want to see our quick thoughts on a game that we did before, and you don't want to listen to the whole podcast episode, go check out our website. Thank you, Donnie.
It's not me, man. It's a team effort. It takes a village.
I don't know. We just send you stuff and we say make magic happen. That's kind of how we don't really know what we're doing with this podcast. We just kind of fumble along.
Well, you guys are doing it, man. As we'll get into it tonight. I'm happy you're doing it.
Yeah. But this week we played Grounded 2 by Obsidian, which, man, Obsidian is having a year. This studio, I said it before in my previous episode, Obsidian has definitely taken this place as my favorite studio right now because Obsidian's just killing it. They still got Outer Worlds coming out later this year, which I am very excited for. But Grounded 2, obviously, is a sequel to Grounded. Well, getting ahead of myself, this is Grounded 2 early access or game preview. So this is its early patch, which I think is 0.1.1.4. Either way, it's the very first one when it finally hit Game Pass. This is what we did when the first Grounded. We had a episode on the very first one, and then when it hit the 1.0 patch. But so this is still early access. This is still a partial game. Doesn't have achievements. Obviously, has some bugs. Not just the bugs you're fighting in the game, but we of course wanted to talk about it because me and Liz are huge Grounded fans, and so are you, Donnie, right?
Absolutely. Like I love the first one, and again, before we recorded, I started talking about I think the very first episode I ever heard from Game Pass Grab Bag was literally on Grounded, and you guys just had such a good time with it, and it scratches a bunch of itches that often a lot of games don't, and even survival games try to do. But man, it's what a scenario. But we'll get into it. But yeah, man, this is a lot of fun. I'm ready to explore this game with you guys.
Oh, and I also, too, I guess another caveat. If you're watching the video version, you're probably wondering, where's Liz? Liz is sick, but she's still here joining us. So she was like, I really do not want to be on camera. I am very snotty. So there was her hand. But Liz is here. So she also may be a little quiet because she's also trying not to sneeze and whatnot. But thank you for suffering for us, Liz.
Woo! Excited to be here.
Always nice to see Liz, even when you can't see her.
Here, Liz, at least. All right, but let's get into this. Whether or not Grounded 2 is a game or a pass. I will start this off, and at the moment, I'm giving this a game. I'm not giving it a definite game, because since this is still in preview, this is the thing that kind of surprised me. The first Grounded at 1.0 patch, I think is 2-3 years old. It's not that old. So it's kind of surprising to see they have a sequel here. And it's like, is this game actually born a sequel already? This is pretty quick. And I got to say, what the ideas they have here are very cool and unique, but it's still very early access. So if you haven't played the first one, my advice is don't play this one. Play the first one. Because you're probably going to, there's some new quality of life stuff in this that I'm like, ooh, it's going to be hard to go back to the first one.
You certainly can't go back. Yeah, you definitely can't go back.
Yeah.
At all.
And the fact that this is a work in progress, so it's not a complete story, still a lot of missing stuff. I would just say, wait, play the first one. There's a lot of content there. The game is a ton of fun. You don't need to play it for the story. It helps. But if you're liking this style of game, you're going to love the first one. So just play the first one for now. Because also, too, we'll get into it, but they do have a roadmap for this game. And in the first one, they talked about we're going to, they came out with a patch of they slowly added to the backyard every 2 months. This time around, they said, no, we're doing bigger, slower patches.
Yes.
And so they have a roadmap, and I think there's 4. Basically, this game's not going to hit its 1.0 patch until probably about next year. So
late, like fall.
Yeah, yeah. So that's what I'm saying. If you haven't played the first one, don't play this one. Just play the first one. But all that to say, this is a great game.
Yeah, and I totally second that. I mean, it's 100% a game for me. And to Andrew's reservations, which we'll get into, it doesn't change the fact that if you were just looking at this from the title card, it's a game. Like I'll absolutely give it a game. It does compound on the first one, like Andrew was saying, and if you play the second one and then try to go back to the first one as some sort of completionist, masochist person, so be it. But it definitely is not gonna it's not gonna be easy to go back. But this is a definite game for me.
It's a game for me as well. I think I'm surprised how much I played because I find it kind of intimidating when I play Grounded without Andrew because he's always the one that's going in, slicing and dicing, and I have my bow in the back, or I'm, building a base. I love to build a base. And this week we just got back from vacation. Andrew was working a bunch. We all got sick, and I had to play by myself. I had to put on my big girl panties and play by myself and fight the bugs. And I'm really excited every time I boot up to play. And I am way more bold than I thought I was gonna be, especially because I haven't been gaming as much. I've been kind of in like I just want to read all the time. And so I thought I was going to be kind of timid with it. And I am just like throwing myself to the wolf spiders, So I'm really enjoying it. I'm definitely going to give it a game. And I think this has the potential to be better than the first one. I don't know, something's got me hooked about this one.
No, I think you're absolutely right. Because right now, what's here is a really good setup, which we will get into. Because starting off, the thing that is already a massive improvement from the first one is the story. If you've played the first one, if you played early access of the first one, if you didn't wait for the 1.0 patch, you could see probably the story was the thing that took the biggest hit because the very first Grounded, when it came out, was more of a concept of just like, hey, it's a survival game where you're shrunken kids and you're building things. Like they didn't really have a story at all at the beginning of the launch. Like you saw some things of like, Ominent, the evil corporation that's like in the backyard, and like you see obviously some experiments were going on, but like you didn't know anything until maybe like 5 patches later when they started to sprinkle some story in. And then when finally 1.0 patch came in, they're like, okay, now there's a story. And it actually is a story. But because it was so sprinkled in, it felt so disconjointed. But this time around, it's very much like, no, here's the story, here's characters, voice acting, go to this point, you're learning more about the story, this person's talking to you. The story is a massive improvement, even though it's incomplete at the moment. But man,
Yeah, but see, that reminds me. So I mean, we can jump right into it. But that reminds me exactly of what the first experience was with Grounded One. So the majority of the Grounded One time I spent was before the 1.0 patch, like before the actual launch date. And ask me how much time I've played after. Far less, like far less, because during that time while we were exploring the original game and like going through it and building up and getting all the things that, hey, they just unlocked tarantula things and this stuff and new weapons, like I was going in and collecting all that, building my base and making this like awesome empire in the background. But I honestly, after 1.0, I played it a far lot less. Like just almost didn't play the game because I spent probably 50 hours in the like 0 to 1.0 time because of this method on how they release these games. And maybe that's an Obsidian thing, maybe not, but the way they released one and they're seeming to do with Grounded 2 is that here's the game, just a chunk of it, play it, tell us about the bugs, whatever. I played a lot of that game before it was even officially out. so I mean, it's a double-edged sword for me. But yeah, I mean, I've just had a blast with both of them so far.
yeah, the me and Liz with the first one, we still played a bunch of it all around. The very first one, I don't know if you remember, literally every time they came on a patch, me and Liz would restart and rebuild a base.
Oh, we did? I don't remember that.
You guys, the masochists I was talking about then.
Yes.
I love restarting a game. I also think too with the first game, I really didn't care about the story as much. You were talking to the robot and stuff, and I wasn't paying attention. And this time, I'm actually really into it. I'm actually listening to what they're saying and reading the text and stuff. And
Yeah, and it's surprising of like, so in the first one, the main person you were getting majority of your story was Burgle, who's part of the story. I guess I didn't even talk about the story. The story of the game is, your kids. Takes place 2 years after the first one. So the kids that you played in the first one are a bit more adult now. They're in high school now. Omnit, the company that originally shrank you in the first one, is still active. They built this park as a dedication to you for the horrible experience that you guys had, but something goes wrong, and the doctor that was your ally in the first one, Dr. Tuttle, right? Tuttle? Did I say it right? I think.
I think his
I don't know,
last
either
name
way.
was they referred him as like Winston or something.
I'm pretty sure it's Tuttle now that I think about it. I'm like, I feel like I'm saying it wrong, but either way, he, whatever reason, snaps and kills Burgle, but something doesn't seem right. And so you're mostly interacting with the current president of Omnit, Sloan Beaufort, I think her name was, which is kind of lame for her name. The first villain, the first one was Director Schmechter, which is funny. Why didn't they give her a funny name in this one? Like, why didn't they call her like Ivana Science or something? I don't know.
Well, they saved that for the story because she is a snarky little lady.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, she does have way more personality than Director Schmechter. You only saw him a little bit in the background. But yeah, so you're mostly talking to her, which is, so it's glad that it's just not like, oh, talking to Burgle again, we're doing this all again. Like, they're actually mixing it up with the characters, way more dialogue that's kind of going on. Anytime you're doing an objective, you're talking to somebody. And the first one, it was always like, I don't know, I'd go like 5-6 hours before finally getting some more story information. This one just seems much more quick. But yeah, you got shrunk down again. You don't know why. You're trying to uncover it. Omnit's trying to recruit you to help them because there is a mass stranger who is kind of wreaking havoc in the park. So you're trying to uncover who the mass stranger is. But that's about it for the story now. And there's definitely going to be much more to it. But
Well,
already this story I'm liking.
yeah, but bits that you're missing though. So what Andrew like kind of glossed over was the in between 1 and 2, right? These are the same kids.
Yep.
Potentially, like depends on who you choose, I guess. But there's only 4 characters in the first one, so these kids are just aged up, same kids. So what happens to the first? And this is not a spoiler. It's in the trailers if you watch it. But it's like you wake up and all of a sudden you're confused. You don't know where you're at, and you're miniaturized again. Like that's how you just start. It's like so there's if you play the first one going to the second one, like there's just some allure there. You're like, wait a second, why am I back here?
Yeah.
Like, why isn't it different people? I don't know.
But I mean, this is also what I'm liking. It's not like, ooh, do you remember the first one? It's none
you
of
don't
that.
have to.
You absolutely do not need another first one in this one. It obviously helps with some of the characters, but I mean, like the main character you're talking about, Sloan, she's not in the first one. So she's completely new.
Wouldn't the characters be so much more angry though?
Yeah.
And also, like they're walking around the park and there's just dead bodies.
Yeah. Oh, there's a lot more dead bodies in this one.
But I feel like they didn't make it that dark. Like they tried to lighten it, like not with humor or anything, but just like they didn't make it seem like it was that big of a deal. And you keep finding them. Like I feel like if I was a high schooler and I got miniaturized again, one, I would be so ticked off. And I would not be as like polite to that lady I do not trust. But also like these bodies, like you're walking by them over and over again. They're just there.
Yeah.
Like I feel like that would be even more traumatic than the first one. You know, there weren't any bodies in the first
there
one.
Was. But they're like out of the entire game, there was maybe 4 or 5.
There wasn't a lot, but Liz, okay, so keep in mind too, these kids have already been through this once. So you think that's what's really upsetting these kids? You think that's what's keeping them up at night, little bodies that they're finding on their route, or like, crap, I'm gonna get eaten by a ladybug again?
Yeah.
That's true. That's true. But I also I mean, after this, you know, I feel like they should do something about it.
I'm retiring. At 14.
Leave the country.
Yeah, I know. Like at least leave the town.
The money.
Get out of here. Tradition, just get out of here, guy. Just go.
Yeah, it is like, well, this game, you're seeing more bodies, but this game is light. Like the characters are definitely way more optimistic.
Yeah.
And the first one, like it's not that they
unrealistically optimistic.
Yeah. Like I always love Allie because she's to me is the most optimistic. She always kind of says like things that are just kind of like I don't know, obviously she's the athlete, so she kind of says these sport things, but she's always just having fun. Like, we should make a sport out of this.
You don't like Willow.
Your character is the one I dislike probably the most. She's more cynical, I feel like.
I just started playing Pete. I like him. I haven't really done a lot, but yeah, because you know what the thing is, I block her out, so I don't really pay attention to her. But now that you have, like, you're like, oh, I hate when she says that. Now it's in my head. So then today I chose Pete instead. I was like, oh, I'll try something new now that I'm actually listening.
Yep. See, Pete references Allie, which is weird.
Yep.
Yeah. So like
Ooh, is there a romance going on?
I don't know. Is that in the gameplay section? I'm not sure.
Maybe a future patch.
Okay.
Add some dating sim into our grounded here.
That'd be weird. Again, children. These are children.
Fair point. Fair point. I'm not
they
saying
get murdered a lot though in the
you can
backyard.
still-
So.
That is very true.
I don't know
I
who's
also-
at fault here, Andrew. Honestly.
I also, so I've been in real life, I've been gardening a lot with my daughter, and whenever I see the spiders and ants and the weeds and stuff, I'm always thinking about this game now, and just how like I would not do well. I would crap my pants. I think I said that in the first
Yeah.
like last one, because yeah, I that's what I would do. And so like with this situation, like when them going back into it, I don't think I would ever get comfortable seeing a spider.
No,
So that's
I
why I don't
agree.
know how these kids do it. Like not even like an orb weaver or a wolf spider or a black widow, but those like little spiders that crawl around. Imagine like running into a spider half your size.
All
I
I'm
kids
saying
are
is,
brave.
could not imagine.
I had the same panic experience like over the weekends. We had landscaping in the backyard, and I was like, you know what? If I was this big, I'm like, I'd be terrified back here. I wouldn't even survive my own garden. So like, it is really really scary stuff. But did we even explain like the premise of that? Like that part that you're shrunk down that small, where now you're just in like a giant park. Like
Yeah,
Yeah.
like grass or like trees.
yeah,
Kind of like they're that big.
buildings or mushrooms. Like it's everything's gigantic. Like it's literally like Honey I Shrunk the Kids. I mean, that's just what it is. That's how that's the size you are in the space that you're playing this entire game, which is
Yeah,
cozy and scary at the same time.
which I like that you're still outside, because that's what I was curious. Like obviously the first one is clear. Like they clearly got inspired by Honey I Shrunk the Kids. And if you remember, the second Honey I Shrunk the Kids mostly took place indoors. And like, so that's why I was like, oh, they're going to do more of an indoor section. But from what it looks like, even in like the park sections that are cut off, I don't think they're going to do an indoor section, which I kind of hope they don't. I know a lot of people requested it because in the first one, you're in a backyard, you see the house, you see a shed, and people wanted to go indoors, but I never really wanted to go indoors.
It'd
Be less
hard to get
bugs.
around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, not anymore.
No, like if you're inside, like climbing countertops and stuff.
Not anymore with the buggies.
No, it'd still be hard. Well, I mean, in real life, ants can go vertical. They
Yeah.
climb up walls, but in the game they don't.
Well, the buggies. So I guess getting the gameplay, the kind of big difference with this one is now there's these things called buggies, which are now mountable insects. So currently there's only two. There is the red soldier ant and an orb weaver. Each one has their own kind of unique abilities. The soldier ant obviously can chop down grass super quick. It can haul more things. So it's kind of more of a better builder. As the orb weaver is a bit more of a better fighter, and the orb weaver has a special ability where it can actually walk on webs. So they're around the park, you'll actually see these web bridges, and it has the ability to actually traverse those. So it would they could easily come in with other buggies that have other abilities. I would love. This is already my first request. I wish there was a glider. Like you still got the dandelion tuft that lets you fall down slowly, but I would love a buggy. Like praying mantis have wings. I'm sure praying mantis. I think they announced praying mantis could be a buggy, but that'd be great if it maybe had a gliding
Ladybugs
ability.
have wings, dude. Like, a lot of people have wings.
Well, yeah, but a ladybug, like if it lifted shells
But,
out,
okay.
like how would you sit on that?
I'm just saying you're glossing over it. So like the fact they have buggies in the second one is like absolutely insane because like that would have changed the entire game in the first one. Like that traversal took so long in the first
even with
one.
zip lines.
Even with zip lines are not coming to this game until we'll talk about that later. But
yeah,
the traversal that you can get with these buggies and the stuff that you can do with it is like fundamental. And anybody who hasn't played either of these games before, it doesn't matter because within I think this like just after the tutorial, it's like your first mission, second mission, you get unlocked this buggy at least in the part they have for the preview. But man, it changes the game, which fundamentally concretes a statement that Andrew made at the beginning of the episode where he said, if you haven't played the first one and you want to know, don't play the second one first. Play the first one first because you can't go back. Like once you have that speed and that tool and that like ability to just like maintain through the environment, you really can't go back to the first one. It's just not the same.
I thought I
I
was
think.
gonna hate him.
Oh, I wasn't sure how they were gonna feel, right? Like I didn't know if that was gonna be like too much or like weird about it, but man, they became just every day.
Yeah, when they came out with the trailer of this and they showed them, that was my first concern. I'm like, because this is obviously a survival game. You know,
Yeah.
you got to deal with your food, you got to deal with your water. Your healing is slow, so you got to bring bandages. Like you got to be prepared for combat. You got to be prepared whenever you leave your base. So seeing these buggies, I'm like, oh, are these going to be work? Am I gonna have to keep feeding them, giving them their favorite snack, petting them? Because in the first one you had pets at least, so you could get a baby aphid or an ant or a gnat, and like you could feed them and make them happy. They added a little bit of a perk, but they weren't
Yeah.
a huge game changer like these buggies.
No.
So I was like, man, is this just going to be another chore? And I'm happy to say no. They are lowest of maintenance. They
Yeah.
can die. They'll just disappear for a little bit. They show up. You don't have to drag it along with you. It follows you. It's
Unless
great.
if you're on the harder difficulties now, when they die, they lose their inventory and you have to nurse a new egg on the harder difficulty currently.
Which
So there's
one? Because I played on normal. I didn't
Whoa.
have to do that.
Whoa.
Oh, on Woe.
on Woe, which is the hardest. There's only 3, so there's 3
Yeah.
difficulties, right? Like, so the Woe mode is if they die, they're done. They lose everything. If you don't bring them back, your shit's gone, and you got to find a new one.
Man, I mean, it makes sense.
Well, just like your backpack, right? In Woe
Yeah.
mode, it's a little more devastating. So yeah.
See, I didn't even think about taking care of them. I just thought it would be clunky, like driving a car, and that would be something I'd have to do, but I would really dislike it. And now I'm like, I need clovers. And even though they're like right there, I'm like, I need my buggy. Where's my buggy? And then I was also thinking about like naming the ant, which it's so funny whenever Andrew says ant, because that's how he says aunt. Like whenever he says ant, I always think aunt. With this game, I'm still like getting used to it. But yeah, like you guys said, I don't want to go back to the first Grounded because I just love these buggies so much. They're so helpful, and it's because I love doing the base building. How many planks they can carry,
Yeah.
and how quickly it's like
The building's so easier with
Yeah.
them.
2 bites for knocking them down. And so but we're talking about like the inventory. I wanted to say that I wish that there was an option so that you didn't drop your backpack. Because for me, it's like I think the first time I died is when I went to the picnic table, and I didn't have my buggy because my buggy was there, and I was like, that just seems so long to walk all the way back, and obviously like I'm gonna need more health stuff, and it's gonna be like this big thing, and then I just stopped being lazy and I did it, and it was fine. But I wish you didn't drop your backpack. Because I'm playing the easy difficulty. I just wish, and same with like the first one, I always wish that there was that.
There is a setting for that, Liz. You can do a custom game mode where it like you can change whatever you want. You can turn it
Does
off.
custom game mode exist yet? I did in the first one.
Yeah, in
Oh,
the
in
first
the
one. That's what I'm
first
saying. The first
one.
one it did. So you can expect it. And if you look in the settings of the second one, like it's there, it's just grayed out. You can't use it
Yeah.
yet. And if you hover over it, it says literally not built in this version of the game. That's all.
I
But
cannot
it's
believe how many hours I've played of Grounded 1, and I didn't
without
think
that.
to look for that. Because I was just like, oh, if it's not in the easiest mode, it probably isn't. Oh, I'm so mad at myself.
But see, it takes a cheater to do that, right? Like I'm the guy that goes in and is like, because me and Andrew will get into it later, because so I play games a little differently than he does. But like, it's the same thing. Like you have to go into the settings, and be like, can I turn this off? Like, can I just turn off stamina or like health or whatever? Like, I just want to turn off water. I don't need water, right? No one needs that. Just turn that off. You can make a custom game where it's the same difficulty, but you can turn those things all off. So at least the first one, and some of those settings are already shown up in the second one, but not enabled yet.
Yeah, if you really want to remove the fun, you can do that.
Well, that's fun to you. Some people just like to build, Andrew.
Yeah, that's creative mode. Go play creative mode.
Well, no, but they still
Go
want
play
a little
Minecraft.
challenge. Me and Liz like a little challenge, but not like I'm not trying to impress anybody, bud. That's all.
If I got my butt kicked, I don't want to immediately go back and get it.
I don't want to go back.
Again.
Yeah, I'm not doing that again.
Like, give me some time. I don't want to go back there.
Spoiler alert for the rest of my review, but go ahead.
Another nitpicky thing, which I'm sure like there's a thing in the options because I didn't look, but with putting stuff away in the storage bins, holding X to deposit the stack. I wish it was just a button, like hit Y. I don't like holding it every time because
you're still hitting one button. You just gotta hold it for 2 seconds.
It seems like a lot.
That's just impatient, Liz. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I can't support you on that one.
You could literally just hit a button because when you go into
You played other
storage
games,
chest,
right?
there's
You
no
played other video
buy.
games, correct? You played other video games. It's not that much of
Well,
an
no,
ask.
I'm not talking. Wait, no, I'm not talking about when you're doing like a hot deposit and depositing all the things. I'm talking about when you're making a new chest
okay.
and you go in and every single thing in your inventory for each thing you have to be like, you have to hold down
I
X
get
for
what you're
plant
saying.
fiber, hold down X for clovers.
Only
Like,
if there's
so-
multiple stacks. Only if there's more than one.
No. So I'm sure they'll fix this because this was in the first one too, where so if you have like 10 plant fiber, in this one you have to hold X to deposit that entire single stack of plant fiber into the chest. Because if you just hit X once, it just deposits a single plant fiber.
Yeah, right.
And like, because in the first one they made it was a single button press where you just deposit the entire stack. You hit a separate button if you only wanted to drop one.
Oh, got it.
So they kind of reversed it this time around. I'm sure they'll fix that.
Jeez, I'm not that lazy.
Yeah, I know. Well, that's
So,
what, yeah.
the
I don't know,
hot
Liz.
deposit.
The way you were
Last few
saying it, you
comments.
thought you were on the same page.
Last
I'm
few
like,
comments, you're kind of heading that direction, but
The hot deposit is fine. I don't mind holding it, but
Okay.
when you're starting
Fair.
a new one, like that's when it's just like, this seems like a lot.
got it.
okay.
And I am a lazy person, I admit it, especially with video games.
Who isn't though, dude? I am too. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie.
Oh no, yeah. I always try to find the most efficient ways to do things
Yeah.
besides lowering difficulty.
Well, that's on you, bud.
But yeah,
Wait, aren't you playing this on easy?
no, I was playing normal, but this was a very busy week for me and Liz. So like we unfortunately weren't able to play a lot together. And this is going to be still my criticism of the first one, which is still happening in this one. This game does not seem to scale with multiplayer. So if you're playing single player, you're just at a massive disadvantage. And it's like you might as well just play easy when you're playing single player. The buggies do help because the buggies do fight with you, so you kind of have something that can maybe pull aggro and tank a little bit for you. But the combat to me in this game is much more difficult because the insects, you're seeing a lot of the same insects from the first one. They still have the same attack patterns, which is great. I know some people are complaining about it, but it's like I've learned these attack patterns. I'm glad they didn't just like, oh, we're going to mix it up to screw with you. But they do block now. And that is a big difference. Because like I didn't realize they blocked. There was a lot of times I'm hitting them like, what is this thing doing? Like the red soldier ants kind of like perk up a little bit. So I'm like, oh, he's attacking. And I'm like, is he glitched? He's not doing anything. And then I realized, oh, they're blocking. The orb weaver is the most obvious because it puts up a web shield.
Yeah.
But that's a kind of a new combat thing that's going on. But yeah, the combat in this to me was a lot more difficult. I was dying way more in this.
Did you notice too though, like the so first off, in the gameplay section, I guess you can say maybe it's graphics or whatever, but like it's now on Unreal 5 too. So like the lighting's different, like everything's different. Like the visual quality of it is different of this game compared to the Grounded one that I remember.
Wait, it's not Unreal or it is?
Unreal 5 now.
It is Unreal 5? Oh.
Yeah, it's Unreal 5. It's that's just from what I remember reading out of the description of the game, but it feels like it because the graphics are better, but also like the combat now seems worse. Like I remember the combat being bad in the first one. Like you have to put your cursor or on a controller, which is difficult, right? Your crosshairs like directly on it, strike and hope that it doesn't bounce or jump before then. What Andrew's talking about with the extra moves and stuff makes it even more difficult to like track that enemy. If you're trying to do like melee stuff or even with a bow, it's tough. What I found the secret of that was get some of the staffs that have an auto target function on them, which make it way easier. But the combat still, I'm like even highlighted that it kind of sucks. Like it sucks out loud because it's just you strike, and by the time you strike with your dagger or like a bigger weapon, the enemies are like over there, and it's hard to even track with it. I was struggling with that.
I love the combat in this game.
I did not.
I thought it was much more clunkier in the first one, but this one it's also too the big difference is you now have a dodge, so you can actually dash out of the way.
I use that so much.
Yeah, and it's really helpful because I know Liz. When me and Liz played the first one, I of course was always the tanky person. I wore heavy armor. I usually had a shield. I took all the aggro. Liz usually did a bow and arrow because Liz could not, for the life of her, she could not parry. Like that's all you had was block and parry. And just Liz could not handle it. Stamina drained way faster in the first one. Stamina is way better in this one. But yeah, so like Liz as a gamer, it was so difficult for her in the first one of the combat. But now that they have a dodge and they now kind of have these classes, like in the first one, it was kind of pseudo classes. You had light armor, medium armor, heavy armor, and there was bows and stuff but it was all kind of a little bit jumbled. Like you got a perk if you had all the same armor piece, but In this one, they're straight up classes, and it's not like, oh, you're picking your class at the beginning. It's all about what you're wearing and what weapons you're using. So, you could be a rogue, which usually is dual wielding fists or daggers, the warrior, which either can do a two-handed weapon or a sword and shield, the mage, which, low kind of armor, but they can use staves that usually do some sass effects, which people are also suspecting that they actually might be able to heal later on in future patches, which I would absolutely love that. I would love
sick for a party.
Yeah, because Obsidian's an RPG company.
Yeah.
I would love if they come up with maybe some dungeons, some like real heavy raid bosses. In the first one, they had some heavy bosses, but like they were pretty manageable once you kind of learn the patterns and stuff like that. I would love if it was like, no, 4 players, you need to have a healer, a tank, DPSers. I would absolutely love that. And this game had that. But
I would love
totally
to lean into that, because that's the kind of stuff that I enjoyed. Like, I love that
absolutely.
RPG function of anything. And they tried, like you said, they tried to do it with small trees in the first one. They're definitely more pronounced now. But it's exact. See, in my mind, I was like, oh, this is like the last one, because it was like, this is mage armor, but it's really only if you like this kind of fighting and that kind of boost, and if you do 3 attacks, it'll give you an extra bonus. It didn't really have like a class. Like, it didn't feel like a class that was different from anything else. You had to have 3 sets of it, or 3 pieces of the set, to make it even like work. So I didn't get that vibe from the RPG elements.
Andrew, you told me about how like you can set up with your armor and stuff, and I have not been paying attention to that. I also have not tried
Per usual.
parry once. I don't even know how you do it in this game. And my
You know how to block, right?
I haven't done it once.
Oh, all right.
Okay.
Solid.
I
Left trigger.
Now I know. And then I also I did this with the
She's
first
played like 8 hours.
I still accidentally throw my weapon
bad.
sometimes.
I do it way less in this one. I did a lot.
I do that all the time too. I get so pissed too. I was like, where the hell? I was like, I just had my goddamn ant dagger. Where the hell did it go? Oh, shit, it was dark. I couldn't see. Something was attacking the base, so I just started like mashing buttons. I must have just graced the right button, which it shouldn't be that button at all. It should give you a confirmation, like, are you sure that you want to throw your main weapon that just took you 14 hours to craft?
Yeah, because I think like the left bumper is how you like switch your weapon.
Yep.
And so like after I only do it when I switch between my bow and my melee weapon. That's the only time I throw it. But I also think that I really dislike the cockroaches.
Oh, really?
They're unsettling.
Well, they're not even that big, which I was kind of disappointed, because I mean, I live in
Come down to Florida.
Well, we're living in North Carolina, and I'm like, a real cockroach compared to like the spiders and stuff, it would be bigger. I don't know what those are. They're like little babies, I guess. I don't know.
Well, there are baby ones.
I don't like the way that they fight. The way that they dodge so much and they back up from you.
They also pretend to die.
Oh, they do? Well, so I got one trapped in a bottle. When I say I got it trapped in a bottle, I was in the bottle that came in with me. And I was so scared. There were 3 of them, and I was like, this is really bad, but only one of them accidentally went in. And it was just like hiding in corners, and I'm just like, this is so annoying. And I thought that I would dislike the look of them more, because in real life, when I see one, it is like, I'm Andrew.
Yeah.
But they're really not that bad looking in this game.
Those are some handsome cockroaches, is what you're saying.
Much better than what we have here.
Okay.
Well, it is kind of funny. Like, I mean, there's all sorts of bugs in this game, but it is kind of funny. This game, I feel like this game is the one that really started the trend of arachnophobia mode. So you can make the spiders look less and less scary. But it's like a lot of people have other phobias of other bugs. Like, why isn't there, the cockroach phobia, the larva phobia, the ant phobia? It's just kind of odd that spiders get the special treatment. I'm once again going to tell people we need to ask for a hydrophobia. I want to remove water from games. I don't want any other water levels. I just want to say I'm scared of water. Can we please have a hydrophobia mode? Let's make this trend happen.
That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen.
I'm going to make it happen.
Well,
luckily.
But the arachnophobia mode, don't you think that might have just been like a test and a flex of the studio to be able to do
Probably.
it?
I feel like it was like a joke. And it took off.
Not even a joke, but like what? So think about it, like accessibility and that kind of stuff. Like, it's great. It's a cool thing that they developed and they were able to implement for their game. Like, it's a pretty good press release. Like, that would get them some buzz. no pun intended with the bugs, but I'm just saying, like, it's a pretty cool piece of tech. for games.
I mean, it just makes a spider. You can turn a spider just little into a floating ball.
Ball.
But I mean, the ants are scary. Why was there an ant phobia one?
I just think it's a cool thing for them to try and do, and they did it.
Oh, like don't get
That's
me wrong,
neat.
I'm not hating on it.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people that are deathly afraid of spiders, and it's like, all right, no,
More so
I'm
than
happy
water,
for you,
I'm afraid, my friend.
but I'm afraid of water. Let's get rid of water.
Sorry.
I want a hydrophobia where you drain the lakes and it makes it easy. You can just walk around.
Let me know when the next protest is, bud, and I'll be there.
It'll be on the day it's not raining.
Don't worry, they'll never show up.
Where does this game take place?
In a park.
No, like what state?
I remember we had this discussion the first one.
Some of its seasons.
I thought it was in California, like a fictional town in California.
Okay.
Because I remember we had the same question because like the diversity of the bugs were like, where is this?
They look like California kids too.
Your memory always amazes me, Andrew. Like the only reason why like I remember stuff from the first podcast because I was looking up our scores today. But other than that, like I wouldn't remember a single thing we said in an episode from 3 years ago. That blows my mind.
I'm gonna say I love this podcast.
Yeah, that's why they're recorded, Liz. Just like your marital arguments.
Or Andrew's just in here like on his time off, just listening to old episodes by himself.
Because I find myself hilarious, and I just love to hear my voice.
Seems like a guy.
I'm just kidding. I find myself the most annoying part of this podcast. Anytime I'm talking, I'm like, please shut up. Please.
Don't worry, that's Keith.
Yeah. That's why I sat here today. No, I'm just kidding.
That's why I'll never be back.
But yeah, the thing I noticed really with this game, I feel like the mantra for this game is less is more. Like the big thing. So if you played the first one, the way you don't get experience points in this game, but you have these things called mutations. And how it works is, the more you're doing a thing, killing an enemy with a weapon, exploring, like whatever you're doing, you have these perks called mutations. And of course, that's what all they are, is just perks. The cardio fan, your stamina recovers quicker. Blade Master, if you're killing a lot of people with the sword, it does extra damage. But this time around, like in the milk molars were these other things you collected that you could also upgrade your character, increase your maximum health, stamina, how slow it takes for you to drain your food and your water. In the first one, I felt like milk molars were everywhere. Like and you needed like 20 of them to upgrade to like just a single level of your things. This time around, there's way less. It's just less is more. Like they are way more valuable to find. Because in the first one, you would find a jar of 6 and it's like, cool, I can upgrade 1 level. In this one, it's like, oh, I just found a single one. Oh, this is huge. So yeah,
there's only 10% of the map that's even available, or it's like 20%, right? Like there's still.
But still, if you ever look up like a interactive map of the first Grounded of where milk bowlers are, they're everywhere. It is just scattered everywhere. But looking at it now, there's like 10.
Yeah, but like your Grounded 1 started so small too, and that goes back to it. Like you played and you explore the whole map, great, but like there's still 3 times that's coming like before the full thing is released, the 1.0.
Which the map is so much better. Andrew just pulled it up. I remember not liking the map in the first one.
Yeah. I mean, the map is massively bigger. They said the entire completed map of Grounded 1 is smaller than what is available in Grounded 2 right now.
That's awesome.
I think the map is maybe halfway done. You're saying a 10th? It's definitely not a 10th.
Well, look at
I would say it's about
map.
half.
Like
the statue, I think, is meant to be the center of the playground.
I'm also not the expert on this. I only, again, I didn't play the one after, like, much after Grounded 1, so like I get it. I know that it's going to be bigger, and that's the only thing. There's going to be a lot more, I'm sure. The story, how they're going to expand it, and how this mystery stranger thing is going to be nuts. But yeah, I don't know about the map size.
Yeah, I mean, you are right. It is still a partial map compared to the first one.
Yeah.
But still, like to me, I felt like milk molars are just way less. And not only that, raw science. I felt like raw science was everywhere. I never cared to pick them up in the first one because they were everywhere, and it was like, oh, 10 raw science. Now they're all worth like 100 to 500.
Yeah,
they're all worth way more, and you don't see them as often. Ranger stations, the stations where you can go to analyze your stuff. In the first one, they were like every 5 feet. There's like only found like 4.
Yeah, and they're not marked too. Like once you go in there, you have to like mark them yourself, which is, I thought, different from the first one because they used to just pop in your map. But going back just a second, one thing I do appreciate about this game is you mentioned the raw science thing, which I guess is the ultimate like currency, right? The only thing you
Yeah.
can accumulate. But beyond that, and again, this is coming from like a Zelda, right? Like a Mario, Odyssey or anything like that, where you're collecting coins and you're using the coins and you're doing stuff else. Like, there's no currency in the game besides just collecting these things called raw science, which, to Andrew's point, you can ignore fully and still play the game. You can,
And you'll still collect it just fine
you can
with
collect them just fine.
objectives.
But like, I thought this is interesting because when I was thinking about this compared to other games, I'm like, and I'll talk about it specifically, like what game I'm referring to. But there was a currency that used to have, and then you used to use that at the town to buy something. It's like there's none of that here. Like, you don't have to go collect coins if you don't want to. You can literally play this, as they say, a sandbox. Like, it's very unique in terms of the way you play it.
Yeah, no, definitely.
I also like looking at the map. Did you guys like the new setup with the menus and same with like the building? It took me a while to really get the hang of it, and now I like it, and it makes it. But I feel like it takes more time to get into everything.
Yeah,
I,
I like it. It's not too much different.
I didn't like it at all.
Oh,
I don't like
really?
it at all, and I don't like how you have to push pause and then you have to use the left triggers to like cycle through the little dial menu. Like, that didn't make any sense to me. And
Here you go.
if that was what it was, or more similar to the first one, so be it. And I just don't remember. But that was not the menu experience that I remember, and I just really didn't. I found it like clunky. Like, I felt myself like fumbling through it and then going to the wrong tab or something. I couldn't get to the map fast enough, and then my inventory was over here, and then I had to separate inventory when I wanted to push my hotbar. I just didn't like it.
Just Liz had to step away. It sounds like our baby woke up,
Sure.
so she's not just being quiet. But I mean, the other thing too of like why I say the manager's less is more. Your HUD is way less.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, there was just less noise. Get that.
yeah, which I really like. At first, I was kind of like, "Oh, this seems like underbaked," but then the more I was playing, I'm like, "No, this is kind of cool." Like, it to me, it feels like you're getting more into the atmosphere of this game. Because before you had at the bottom where it just said Scabby, and it just was an unnecessary HUD of just nonsense. Like, you had your food and your health on it, like the important information, but it was just like there was a lot of dead space, just cluttering your screen. Starting
I
off
have
in
no
the game,
qualms to HUD at all. It was just
yeah,
the inner menus. Like, again, I kept catching myself like accidentally hitting my hotbar when I meant to hit like craft an item or something, and it was just it
I
didn't make sense to me at
I
first.
found the hotbar clunkier. So I mean, obviously this is still early, but the hotbar you actually had multiple pages.
Yeah,
So
and so you have
like,
one, you have 6 items,
yeah,
and
this
I'm
time
like,
you
well,
have a lot.
I don't even know how to assign them to this. They were just
Yes,
randomly showing up there.
that's my issue too. Normally, so it already has things like preemptively auto assigned, like, oh, your
Yeah,
top left is your
light,
medical.
yeah,
Yeah,
medical, yeah, food,
in which you could do it in the first one, saying like, oh, I want like 3 that are consumable, 2 that
right,
are medical, kind
right.
of thing like that. I can't figure out how to do that
I couldn't
because
either.
I removed it on one of them, and now it's stuck with a thing I don't carry
You
anymore, and I'm
don't.
like, ah, this is.
That's
Granted,
why I
this is
didn't do
just
that. I was like, I don't know how to put this back. It says
yeah,
remove, but I don't know how to put like replace it if I wanted the light there. I don't know.
yeah. But once again, this is obviously the first patch, and they know, like they already said in their roadmap of like quality of life stuff coming. So it's obviously that's just a minor complaint right off the get go too. If you played the first one, you normally had a hotbar showed up at the bottom of the screen. It's gone default starting in this one, but you can turn it on. Just go
Oh,
to
I
your
didn't know that.
options. Yeah,
I
there
didn't
is a
know
way
that.
to actually display your hotbar because that is kind of helpful.
Did Liz show you that in the
Because
settings, or did you figure that out yourselves?
I figured it out myself. I ended
Of course,
because I was
she
digging around.
doesn't
Oh,
look in the settings.
well, I was digging around because I was like, because I looked when I died, I got a hot tip saying you can lower the difficulty mid game, and I was like, okay, I need to do that. I'm sick of dying in single player. Like I actually need to lower this a little bit. And then when I was digging around, I saw that where it said display hotbar. I was like, oh, okay, I want that.
Yeah,
But
I played.
yeah,
Yeah, so I mean,
go ahead.
I played. If we're gonna move on from gameplay, that's fine. But I just wanted to go back to the gameplay,
Yeah.
the easy versus hard mode, or the what is it, easy versus medium? I don't know. I don't forget what
It's calm. I think moderate and woe.
and Woe. Yeah, I remember Woe was the hard one. But anyways, I tried playing. I played through probably half the story, maybe 15 hours or so, like with the medium mode, and then I just got this guy. In fact, I abandoned the story completely, and I decided to go for the hidden fire staff that's in the coal thing.
Oh,
It turned over a grill.
The fire pit, yeah.
So I immediately started just focusing on crafting my gear and getting geared up for that, which was, a chore in itself. I probably put like maybe 25 or 30 hours total into this. But
Wow.
at this point, yeah, this just seems like last week sometime. So like at this point, like I was just geared up, I was ready to go. I did it like maybe 5, 7, 8, 9 times, and I was getting so frustrated. And so one time I made my run, I had my save at the end, I was ready to go, got the staff, got out of there, boom, I was done. I had it, and I was like, all right, this is it. Like I'm just gonna go beeline to the end of the game now. So like all I did was just pick up the story from that point and just run past everything else. But it was like it's just a different game. Like it's a very unique game.
Yeah. I mean, you're not unusual. I've actually heard from multiple people that they put like 20, 25 hours just in this.
Yeah.
Like this is, I would say not even half of the content.
Yeah.
And it's still pretty meaty.
But that's my problem. Like I do it now, and then when the actual game comes out, I'm like, well, I've already done that. I don't need to go back at this point.
That's what I thought when me and Liz thought with the first one. Because anytime a patch came out, like it would be like, oh, it's the haze area, and I was like, well, let's check it out, Liz.
Check it out. Yeah.
We would load up our game and we would look at our base and go, nah, let's start over, and we literally just start a whole new game. Because like
you guys are nuts.
Me and Liz, we work well together. Liz, as she said, loves to build. I, of course, love the combat and everything like that. So we work great together. She's like, I need bombardier parts. All right, I'm going shopping. I'm going to get bombardier parts. Keep building up the house for us. So she's just chopping wood and building up the house, and I'm good collecting all the things we need so we can build all the stuff. Yeah, we work very well together. So like that's why I already know that's going to happen with this one. But that's the other thing too I didn't think about. I'm surprised I didn't think about this in the first one, but it gives you a great tip when you're going to get your first buggy at the Ran Anthill. It gives you a tip of, hey, build a lean-to here because you can set it as a spawn point. Because if you die, you spawn right there. I never thought about that in the first one, and that is a very helpful tip because I still kept forgetting it. This map is very big, even though you have a buggy and you can traverse pretty quickly. It's not hard to build a lean-to. Just build a lean-to at that picnic table.
You know it's easier, Andrew, and I hate to burst your bubble. Just save before you do it. Just save. If you just save, yeah.
I guess you could. You could save Scum.
And then if you die, you just go back. I'm sorry. I don't want to burst your bubble. I know you're trying to play this as a real good guy here, but like you can just save and go back. Load last save is always an option. I guess that's another thing I never thought
of. Because to me, it's always in my head that this is like almost a live service game. So in my head, I just think, it's saved. I can't load again. That is a good point. Just save.
Just save.
Touche, Donnie.
Hot tip for everybody out there listening.
Just save your game.
You don't have to spend resources building little bases everywhere. Just save.
Yeah, get rid of the fun building aspect.
I'm sorry.
Well, speaking actually of the building aspect, I will say that is the thing I noticed. The building is definitely also kind of neglected. There really was not a lot of new things.
It's the same. No, it's the same. But
like I'm thinking, there's the hatchery. That's new.
That's new. And the ant's nest and the spider hatchery and the spider nest or whatever it is.
But it's like
there's a couple of bits. There's a couple other bits. So I think there's other tier level stuff like that we don't have access to, like tier 3 marble and 4 and whatever, which will bring new parts and bits. But my question to you, my friend, where did you build your base? When you guys start over and over again, do you go to the same place? Do you go to a different place? Because I have a place. I would go nowhere else.
We built it literally right in front of the ranger station. The very first one you get your Omni tool. Why would you not build it there? You have to go there every time to answer the phone.
A lean-to there, like you're talking about your lean-tos that you love so much. Like everybody has to do it there, but like, dude, there's a place. Like, don't you get raided?
You get raided anywhere you go.
No, sir, you don't.
Did you build your base like in the sky so you don't even have to deal with the raids?
No, sir. I built it on.
You really are trying to remove all fun from this game.
Andrew, you know how I play games. This is not our first conversation about how we play games. You know how I play. I know how you play. You're very genuine. I get it. Yeah, great. You got a big heart for games, Andrew. But like, listen, I got things to do, man. I just want to get the maximum, min-max it as fast as possible without any threat. Okay.
So where'd you build it?
Do you know the picnic table? It's kind of like ported over, like kind of like over where the like little robot guys kind of are, and then
we have to hack the orc.
So you know the big posts in the ground that are around there, the big like that on top of all of those. Actually, I have 2 different bases in different areas. You can get up very easily in between.
So what happens when you get raided? Do you
I don't
at all.
They go, oh, we're so angry, and I said, yeah, that sucks. You should
And
probably
then
go,
eventually just
it's over.
disappear?
Yeah, the raid just goes,
Are you
it's over.
serious?
Yeah. I was like, great. Survived another one, guys. High five.
You literally just like, I'm just gonna
Andrew,
remove
what's
this
wrong
action
with you,
from the
man?
game.
Like, you're playing the game wrong, technically. I'm beating the game. You're not. Just you're struggling. You guys are restarting every time. I don't know why you're doing that. That doesn't make any sense to me. You're doing it wrong at one base. It's been there the
Well,
entire time, never been raided.
we easily did in the first one, because in the first one, all you had for options for building house was like just grass. That was it. And so like,
Incorrect.
and then obviously when they came out of the patch, we're like, well, now there's weeds, now there's mushrooms. So me and Liz would be like, well, let's just start
Nope.
a whole new base. Let's
Only
start a whole new
grass
game.
house.
We're building mushrooms.
Put it on a big rock in the middle of the map, untouchable. I'm sorry, buddy. I can send you screenshots.
Liz likes to interior decorate. Okay,
It's fine.
You
I had
cannot.
plenty of real estate. I'm saying we never got raided in that one either. Not one time.
It's not like the raids are hard.
No, I just don't want to deal with them, Andrew. That's it. It's a convenience thing.
You just need to play one of those games that has like the I win button.
No,
We
I
literally
don't.
played a turn-based RPG. What was it? Ikenfell. Didn't care for that game. But either way, it had an I win button. You literally had an option where anytime you got in a fight, you literally hit a button and you won. There you go.
Well,
that is your game, my friend.
No, it's not. It's not, because that's not fun either. Like, it's not fun doing that. So the game I'm comparing this to, and I know we got to move on from this, but it's Valheim. You guys played Valheim. I know that.
Yep. Yeah,
Yeah.
I loved it.
I did too. But like, this is like Valheim, but it's the Honey, I Shrunk the Kids version of it, and
Yeah.
it has that same vibe where like it's the same gameplay too. Like, you can't go to this area, which is essentially like a dungeon or like a series of things, until you have this gear and you have to gear up. I love that bit of it. But in Valheim, if you stashed your stuff and then saved and then exited the game, you come back and you'd still have your stuff. So like, you could duplicate the weapons and stuff. And man, I had that game licked too, and like far faster than it should have been. I don't know, man. I love these survival games, but I have to find the way to make it fast. I can't deal with the grind like you and Liz restarting a goddamn base every single time.
We enjoy playing video games together, you know?
Good. That's great. That's great.
But let me pull up. Let's talk about the roadmap here.
It's not looking good.
You don't think it looks good?
Over 2 years? I think.
Don't get me wrong. The wait upsets me. Yes.
Yeah.
But it definitely, like I said, their thought process is longer wait but meatier patches. So already the first one, they plan on coming out in fall. They plan on having axle stuff, so axle armor, axle weapons, axle furniture. Yeah, like if you played the first one, there's tiers. The first one you can only go up to tier 3. And this one you could already see at least already that can go up to tier 5. Obviously you can't do it in this patch, but you at least know it's coming. But I don't know. To me, these look like meteor patches. So already park boss, you're gonna get a park boss in the first big update. So already that's what I'm hoping with these raid bosses. Buggies will have a hot pouch. Building will get improved. But I will say the thing that does think about this first patch, no park. Oh no, it says Axel's Arena.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's underwhelming. Like that, and that's just what they're gonna do between now and the end of fall. So,
it's not until winter. The winter patch looks like there's actually going to be good content.
And
so
any new content.
They block out what parts of the park they're opening. I mean, obviously you can kind of figure the summer patch, they're opening the water park area because you're getting watery buggies.
Yeah.
So it's kind of safe to assume you're probably dealing with like the pond and the summer patch. But yeah, they already said they're coming out with the ladybug. Like I said, I could have swore they said the praying mantis, but on the roadmap they don't have it listed. But yeah, that kind of stinks. So it says summer, so obviously summer of next year. It's still not even completed. Then it just says future plans. So this game probably won't hit a 1.0 patch till maybe winter of next year.
Year, right? That's what I mean,
that kind of hurts.
The 2-year mark. That's what and it's fine, but like that's kind of how the first one went, because like the first one was in preview forever. Like I remember being
like it was only a year,
years. I thought it was at least a year. I'm sorry,
it was at least a year, but it might have been longer. It's been a while.
I feel like it was, but I could be wrong, and I didn't go back to it like in the review for playing this one. I really wanted to just like take Grounded to it and see what my thoughts were, not biased by the last one, because I truly don't remember when that was.
I was just gonna say I'm a very impatient person. You might be surprised to know that about me, but so I'd rather get the game out as soon as possible and then have the updates, because I can't imagine having to wait another 2 years for like a full game. So I'm kind of like, I feel like because of my personality, I can't really complain because I have it early.
Yeah.
But I am impatient to get the newer stuff too. But I'm just happy that it came out so early.
So I want to ask you all, since this is a preview, Donnie, you beat it. Me and Liz have not beaten it yet. We're well over halfway. But since you beat it, do you think you'll still pick this game up? If not, when do you think you'll pick this game up?
At the very next update.
So you still plan on coming back in the next update?
Yeah, and that's what I did with the first one too. Like again, like I played it, but like again, once it hit 1.0, I literally either I was caught on to the games or just never came back to it for the time I had on it. I don't know why I didn't come back to it, but I hope that this game will just keep growing and go beyond that stuff. But yeah, the next update I'll come back, and the update after that I'll come back and level my guy up and change my base out and do all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I mean I'll keep coming back to it as long
You're
as
gonna change your base out? What do you mean?
No,
Add
no.
one extra floor block?
Yeah, I'm gonna add no floors to it because my base is untouchable and I can use grass from here on out, bud. I'll show you pictures. I'll put it in the Discord.
What about you, Liz? What are you gonna play this next?
I mean, I want to keep playing it. I mean, I'm really bad about going back to a game after we record. Even if I love the game, I'm like, this is my game of the year. I still sometimes don't touch
Me
it
too.
again.
I don't go back.
Because it's hard to have the time. There's other things you want to do, other games. But I think this is a game that I'm pretty good about coming back to. And so for me, it's like, and also because I love the multiplayer aspect.
Yeah.
It's a game that I really enjoy, and I get to play with Andrew. So it could be like a little at-home date night thing, Play Grounded.
Next to Sea of Thieves, this is probably the game we put the most time in. Even Stardew Valley, I don't think we put as much time as we did in Grounded.
As together.
Yeah.
Correct, but without you, Stardew. I mean,
or no, Disney Dreamlight Valley for you.
I don't know how that got me again.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to get together then, because like I don't. So the first Grounded, I had 2 or 3 guys that play with, but like I haven't played multiplayer on the second Grounded yet. So like I'll have to link up with you guys and show you this impermeable base that I have.
Which I wanted to bring up. Did you encounter any bugs? Since this game is obviously in preview, it's a little unstable. Did you encounter any? Yeah,
I got stuck a bunch of times. I got stuck in bushes and places I shouldn't have been. I got stuck. I couldn't reach places I should have been. Like I was under the map for one or two things. I took screenshots of a bunch of it, but yeah, I encountered a whole bunch of bugs.
Yeah, I was like, my character was.
It wasn't every play. I'm sorry, Liz. I didn't mean to cut you up, but it wasn't every like play period. But it was like when it happened, it was significant enough for I to close the game. Like I couldn't get out of it. Sorry, Liz.
Oh, that's okay. I just had some weird moments where like I was at the base and my arms just started flailing around and I couldn't move. And I mean, nothing happened. I got stuck a couple times, though. I will say there was one time that I fell through the cracks in the picnic table, and I just, as quick as I could, exited out of the game, and it did save. And so
that's a Dottie move.
Because I guess I didn't have any dandelions on me, and even if I did, I didn't want to go all the way back up. So that did work for me. I was kind of surprised. And also, when it comes to multiplayer, when I was gone, did you tell them that we played with Dave?
No.
Yeah. So he's been on the podcast.
It's been a while.
Yeah, him and his wife have been on the podcast, and we got to play with Dave, which is always fun. I couldn't hear what you guys were talking about because I didn't have a headset. But
we were talking mad trash about you.
It's always fun to play with Dave. Yeah, I'm used to it. But yeah, that he really likes Grounded too. So, well, I mean, I shouldn't talk for Andrew, does he? Really? I mean, he's still playing it.
Oh no,
years later. So I feel like
I
can say that. But
I love it. I mean, I'm gonna keep playing this with every patch. Because like that's what happened with the first Grounded. Liz would forget about it, and then I'm like, "Hey, new patch." And then as soon as we start playing it, we get hooked again.
Yeah.
So I plan on playing this every single patch update. We probably won't do it a podcast episode with each one because I don't think people want to hear us talk about it that much. I mean, I don't know.
Well, see what happens when 1.0 comes out in 2 years.
Yeah.
Then we can come back to it.
Yeah, but for bugs though, I honestly, when I played single player, I got way less. I noticed anytime we played multiplayer, like me and Liz are obviously in the same house, our ping is great. I definitely noticed a lot more stability issues. Like my game never crashed until I was playing multiplayer. So I don't know if it is the multiplayer. I don't know if I just happen to be lucky that my game is stable until I played multiplayer. But yeah, to me, I actually found this game to be pretty stable. Like I've heard some people have some pretty severe issues, but I don't know. For me, I had a fine time.
Now that you say it, I think all my little glitches, like that really weren't bad, they all happened when I was playing with you.
All right, yeah.
Because the flailing thing happened like right before we were recording.
That's not a bug. That's a feature. I would love to see my character flail.
I don't think, and again, like come to think of it, like none of mine crashed the game. Like the game never crashed. I didn't have any like crash issues. There wasn't any stuttering. There wasn't even any like pop in or any of that kind of stuff too. As I was like looking into the broader part of the yard, it was just getting stuck in pieces of the the terrain that shouldn't
Yeah.
happen. That was all, and there was just no way to get out of it. That's all. So,
but yeah, since this is an Unreal Engine 5 game, graphically this game looks beautiful.
fantastic.
Like this is they did an overhaul. Like obviously you're seeing a lot of the bugs, but they all got some graphical upgrades. The biggest one was the wolf spider.
Yeah, and the shadows, and like, that's what I noticed too. The shadowing is so it's such a nice feature that like you can pause to the HUD display that Andrew was talking about. It's minimal, but you can pause the game and see what time it is, right? 1600, 2000, where 2000, whatever it is, like after after the hour, you can see that. But the shadows you can also track and kind of see and gauge what time it is based off like where the sun is, which is cool, and it just makes it like a much more immersive experience. And that's definitely like a huge improvement from the first one in terms of just like overall immersion, I thought.
Well, I had one issue with the lighting. Definitely, it's just obviously needs polish, but there definitely was a lighting transition when it came to you going into anthills. Like it was like, oh, super dark, and it didn't smooth well when you would kind of go into lighter, darker areas, like when you're exploring the underground. But obviously, that's just like a polishing thing. Because if you ever play the first one, like the lighting of it is very smooth and nice looking. This one, it looks like it needs a little work, but that's a minor gripe.
I mean, sorry, go ahead, Liz.
I was just gonna say I feel like I don't want to say this, but I gotta be honest. We recently played Grounded 1, and I don't see, besides like the map and stuff, I don't see graphic differences.
Really?
I'm very unobservant.
You don't notice the extra details in the bugs?
I noticed
the ladybugs have like extra like fibers on their face.
Nope.
Everything has fibers.
Yeah, I don't really like pay attention to things, but I will say I noticed that the map is way better, and that the menus are different. But yeah, everything just seems the same to me.
Well, you noticed the wolf spider, didn't you?
What?
You noticed the wolf spider at least.
Do you know what? Now that I think about it, I don't think I've come across them in Grounded 2. Earlier, I was thinking about the orb weavers, but I don't think I've seen the wolf spiders yet.
Yeah, that's the other thing I really like about this. There's a lot I can talk about this, but to me, the map itself feels more smooth. Like whenever you played the first one, like things were very clustered. Yeah. Over here, this is where the mosquitoes are. Over here is this, that. Everything feels diverse. Like you're fighting orb weavers and wolf spiders are like right off the get-go. And wolf spiders are one of the harder enemies in the first one. And it's like, they're right there. And this one, you got to search for them. And like even the main orb weavers, you don't really see that often. You are fighting spiderlings, orb weaver juniors, the junior scorpions. Like you're fighting the low versions. Like the difficulty spread of the like insect types you're fighting are definitely friendlier in this one than they were in the first one. Like in the first one, if you just took a slight wrong turn, boom, you're in a wolf spider nest and you're done.
Wait till they explain the map. Wait till they expand the map. That's all I'm saying.
Well, at that point, like obviously the map's expanded.
It'll get harder when you get to that side.
Exactly, but that's how it should be. When you get farther, it gets harder.
Yeah.
But yeah, the first one, you could find wolf spiders way too early.
I kind of miss knowing where everything is. Like I feel like I pretty much know the map of Grounded 1, and I'm not a map person. I don't have a sense of direction.
I mean, we've spent a lot of hours in that game.
But now I'm starting all over again.
Same game. I know one area really well because I never have to leave. That's it. I got everything I need.
Now I understand why it took 5 hours. You're just hiding up in your treehouse, not doing anything.
Dude, I did so much. I was just like doing anything else besides the story. I was just exploring for that one weapon. I was doing this stuff. Like I was not playing the game the way you should. But I should have played multiplayer. It would have been way faster.
But I don't know if the first one had it, but this game does actually have a virtual model viewer. So as you're peeping and discovering these insects, you actually can bring up a 3D model of them and actually rotate it. if you really want to see them bugs up close.
I hardly use that feature. I wasn't even like trying to. I did it for the bosses that struggled with because they tell you their weaknesses and stuff like that,
Yeah.
which is great. But besides that,
I
I
do it.
was not peeping everything.
I'm a big old peeping
You're a
Tom.
big old peeper. Okay,
Oh dear.
good to know.
I mean, because it was the achievement of the first one, so I'm like, I better start working for it now.
Sure.
Got to peep them all. But audio though,
Fantastic.
it is very good. I will say the soundtrack hit or miss. It like the intro music. Awesome.
The deep synth like plays on that what is it, Stranger Things vibe, right? That we all got for anyone who's approaching 40 this time of year. It's just like what it is. Like it's great. It's cool, but it doesn't always slap. They put a little too hard on that too, which they did in the first one. It's just kind of the vibe of Grounded. They're really going for Stranger Things.
A little bit, yeah. Which it sounds like there's only one song. If you're not in combat and you're not seeing things, like if you're just building your base, there's this very just lo-fi kind of beat going. And that was kind of getting a little old for me.
But it
I
does
know,
change.
Liz, you probably did not notice it, right? Yeah.
It does change though. Like as you go into different areas, like there is like a transition where, and that's magical, and that's something again like things like Zelda and other RPGs or open world stuff that does that. It's great when it really works. But every single time you get into battle, it's like the same like Daft Punk Tron 3 thing coming through. That's like gonna just got it.
Yep. The voice acting is good though, but you're hearing a good amount of the same lines.
3 lines every time.
Yeah. I'm sure, but they usually add more.
Yeah.
I thought for sure the voice actress for Sloane was Cortana.
Very
like
similar
if you listen
sounding.
to it now, I looked it up. It's not though. The only voice actor I actually knew was the guy who plays Maxwell Smalls. He's Magnitude from Community. Guy who goes pop pop. So now I'm like, that's awesome. He's now my favorite character.
I believe you.
But yeah, achievements, no achievements. Nothing we talk about there. But yeah, I guess we could kind of wrap up here a little bit. Oh, well, I'll get into my final thoughts here. So yeah, my final thoughts for Grounded 2. Like I said, this is a game. This is a lot of fun. If you have not played Grounded 1, I recommend just going back and playing that. Don't bother with Grounded 2 because some quality of, like the buggies are going to be, you're going to miss them in the Grounded 1.
Ruin it.
But Grounded 1's a completed game. And you got over a year for this to hit the 1.0 patch. So you got some time. I would just say go play Grounded 1. There's a lot of content to it. The creative mode is much more extensive. Forgot to mention that. This game does have a creative mode, but right now it's very bare bones. Like our daughter, she's 5 years old. She loves to play creative mode with the bugs on, but the bugs don't attack you. But she at least likes to walk around and interact with them and, kill a ladybug or something every once in a while. But this one, it's not an option. All you literally can do is just build. So she got pretty bored of this pretty quick. Because also too, the building is also very minimal. It's like when I pulled up the roadmap, a lot of the building stuff isn't coming out until the 3rd, 4th, 5th patch. So you got some time for the building. So this is definitely not a game if you're playing for creative. Just go to the first one. The first one too even has unique game modes you can kind of create. Like the creative mode actually is a lot of fun. But all that to say, I thought the combat is a huge improvement. This game does have a lot of good quality of life stuff. Forgot to mention the Omni tool, which at first I didn't like. Yeah.
Really? Why not?
Because it first felt a little clunky having to go up to a blade of grass and hold X. I really liked having an axe in my hand and just flailing it around and chopping a whole bunch of trees like a lumberjack. But it makes sense now because I don't even use the axe. I just use the buggy. Yeah. I'm going to chop down trees with the buggy. But no, the Omni tool is awesome because I love that I don't have to carry a shovel. I don't have to carry a wrench. I don't have to carry a hammer. It's just all there. It doesn't take up inventory space. Awesome quality of life thing. I love the Omni tool. But yeah, this game is still just a blast, even though it's still obviously just hit and it's very little content kind of here. Well, there's still a good amount of content. This is an 83. I cannot wait for this to play more of. I can see this game getting well above 90s when it hits its 1.0 patch. I really am looking forward to what they come out with this. Obsidian's killing it. I just can't wait for more from them.
Liz, what are your thoughts?
Oh, I was trying to come up with them because I always go back and forth. I I kind of want to give it a 92. I like
Already, wow.
Well, because I gave the first one a 90, and this is a 92 for where I'm at and what I played. Because obviously there's a way more story, there's way more map, and who knows, maybe I'll hate the story and I'll hate the rest of the map and it'll go down.
Highly doubt it, though.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, it seems high, but it could go up or could go down. But I just think enjoyability, maybe I just haven't been gaming enough, and so I'm like, whoa, this is fantastic. But no, I really do like this game. I want to play it as soon as we stop recording. I don't know if I will because it's kind of late, but that's how much I like it. So 92.
That's a good sign. Well,
what about you, Donnie?
I was like, well, I can go. So like I said at the beginning, like I compare this game to a lot of different like other games in the genre. I've referenced the closest thing I think it is Valheim, just because of the progression and the way it works. But Valheim has this like other retro kind of feel to it. The Grounded franchise, at least from 1 and 2 that I've played, is just an experience. And again, if you were born anytime around, the early to like early 80s to like say mid 90s, then you're gonna have nostalgia feels for this. I agree with Andrew. I think that the way to start this is the first one, because if you play the second one and go into it, you'll be disappointed with just like the improvements of quality of life, stuff like that. But the franchise overall, it's an experience, and there's very, very few games that I've ever gone into. Sea of Thieves is one of them, but when you have that like the chills and you feel something out of the game, like that's pretty much all you can ask for from a game. Like it's the best parts of a game when it makes you feel something, and walking into the yard and fighting spiders and closing your eyes and imagining that you were Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. I mean, it is something really, truly nostalgic and special that like folks of our demographic would experience. If you're younger, if you don't know what that is, it's an adventure. It's just really, it's a cool, very unique twist on a genre of survival games that is just like not anywhere else that you can find. So all that said, is it my favorite game? Will I play it forever? Probably not, Andrew. I'm sorry. I'll come back. I'll come back for the patches. I'll come back and play with you guys in multiplayer. It's a solid 86, or I'm sorry, solid 85. 1995 or 1985 is when I was born, so I'll give it an 85. I think it's a great game. It's very nostalgic. I love playing it. I love coming back to the franchise. I will continue to do that. If there's a Grounded 3, I'll be here for it. I can't wait to see what this game actually does when it finally launches. I hope it's just as great as it's aiming to be.
Well, I want to call you on another thing, Donnie.
What?
You're saying that this roadmap is kind of weak. Did you know Valheim is still in game preview? And that game's been out since 2021.
Andrew, I beat Valheim too. I haven't gone back to it since. I'm saying this is my problem. This is my problem, bud.
Man, talk about a slow game preview. This at least looks like it'll be done in the year.
I had a good time with Valheim. I had a good time with Grounded 1. I had a great time with Grounded 2. And it just begun. So like I'm excited to see what happens next.
Yeah. All right. But anyway, we'll wrap it up here. Just to remind everyone, again, go to GamePassGrabBag.com. I'll have the link in the description, or you can just, obviously the website's pretty easy to remember. It's our podcast. I'll also have our link tree. Come join us in our Discord. We record every Wednesday around 8:30 EST. Always love having people in our live chats. As we said, we might try to start getting our live recordings also on our website. So if you don't know where to find us, which we are on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, you can also just go to our website. But I've been your Hardcore Gamer host. You can find me on Xbox Live at Firebird01952. Oh, well, someone else could talk because I forgot. This was also a listener request.
Oh, okay. And I'm Liz Noob, gamertag. Come on, I'm Dean, and I'm on Twitter and Instagram at Liz Noob, Noob is EW.
And so thank you, Sazi Winkle. He recommended that we play this game. And I was like, you don't have to recommend it because we're doing it anyway. But thank you again, Donnie, for being here.
Hey, it's a pleasure. You guys are a lot of fun, and I'm happy to be a part of the team here. Just love hanging out with you guys.
Yeah, thank you so much for the website.
Guys. Of course.
Like I said,
it's the podcast, man. One team.
Like I said, make sure write a comment. Tell Donnie, great job with the website.
Don't tell Donnie anything.
Love you all. We'll see you again next week.